Hello there, I'm meteorologist Aaron Tuttle, and I've been giving some severe weather tips, and today we're going to talk about lightning and the dangers therein. Lightning is something a lot of you are wondering, how do I get around it? How do I deal with? What should we do when we're outdoors and there's nowhere to go? We're going to talk about all that and more, plus get rid of the myth that you can actually stay a lightning storm and protect yourself in some manner. There was some old school train of thought out there floating around that it no longer applies. So let's get on to the slideshow for you. Again, lightning can cause a lot of problems in the human body. Neurological disabilities or even death is on the list. And when your hair starts to stand up in an electric thunderstorm, you've already got problems. It usually takes just within a second or two and you'll be struck. Now, U.S. lightning fatalities for the last 10 years or so usually average close to 30, and you can see it's disproportionately anchored more toward men than it is toward women. And these are some of the reasons for that. Lightning activities to and from heading to the vehicle, walking to and from home, yard work. So these are things you just don't quite think of that can happen. When it comes to work-related activities, farming, ranching, construction, roofing, lawn care, the odds of being struck, at least that's somewhat good news, you might even win the lottery better than getting struck by lightning, is over 1 in a million. Now in a lifetime aspect, it's 1 in about 14,000. And of course your odds will go up if you do more of these activities that put you in the path of harm when it comes to lightning storms. Now here's a look at the deadly activities. Most of it is leisure, 63%. And when you break that down, 64% of lightning victims are engaged in outdoor activities, including water sports and water-related activities and regular sports. Camping's in there, riding is in there, all kinds of stuff. So the next question is it safe to seek shelter under a tree? Get that a lot. Or what should you do? You should get out in the open. Well, believe it or not, seeking shelter is the worst place to do when it comes to being under a tree. That is no shelter at all, and I'm going to explain to you what happens. As a matter of fact, 2012, nearly 1/2 of the victims were seeking shelter under a tree. Now, here's a look at how things evolve. You got the direct strike out in the open. Well, that's not good. Here you are under a tree. You get a side flash, side splash we call it. Not good at all either. You get ground current, hits the tree, the guy in the middle, well, it goes along the ground, and guess what? Now you're struck. You have conduction. You're along a fence line, hits a tree way down the line of the fence, and once again you're zapped. And then you've got the streamers, which is basically a little piece of lightning that will kind of hit you, whereas the main part of the bolt actually hits the tree next to you. So situations, just not to be good. There is no protection outdoors. So that's the myth I want to dispel. You can't crouch down and be a shorter object and hope that's going to hit the taller object around you. In the old days, we used to preach that, and then we realized that's not smart advice. The best advice is to get indoors. It is unpredictable, can cause death or severe and permanent neurological disabilities. It can strike up to about 20 miles away from a thunderstorm. So just because a storm is still approaching, it's a ways away, or it's already passed, you can still get struck. Now the record for the longest lightning strike is 200 miles, but that's not cloud to ground, that's cloud to cloud, and we're okay with that. Let's keep them up there. That happened back in 2007. Now lightning does strike about 280 people a year, and because of that, about 28 people will die. So it's about 10%. The rest of them will suffer, again, like I said, a lot of damage, and some people get struck more than once they've been struck the first time. So don't stand out, move away from trees and others if you're just stuck outdoors. The reason why we say that is because if you're all clustered together, a bolt comes down, you all get hit. No one's left to call for help. So spread out, that way if that does happen and no one else, again, has no other place to go, at least someone in that method can try to call for help and get assistance, because someone's going to need it in that case. Well, that has been the discussion over lightning. I hope this was informative for you. Please share this with your friends and family and loved ones. That way we can all be safer during the thunderstorm season wherever you live. And also be sure to follow me on social media and touch base with me. Looking forward to talking with you. Take care.